everybody, it's Leviathan here. Welcome to another video. I know it's been forever since I've talked to you guys, but Season 5 just ended. Checking out my clock, it's about 11 minutes after 8 Eastern Time, local time here, and that means the season's over. Season 5 is dunzos. So I wanted to talk, to you guys for a little bit about what happened throughout the season, kind of the results of it all, what I thought was good about it, what I thought was bad about it, and then also kind of plans for the future, plans for between the patch and Season 6 and all that good stuff. So let's hop into the game here. And as you can see on my screen, some leaderboard results. I did manage to climb up to GR84, just nipped that one, and I did try a GR85, and almost got one. I definitely, as you get higher up into the GRs with the Lone Bombardment Crusader, there definitely starts to get to be a bit of fishing. You need to make sure that you have kind of the right mob types, the nicer pylon spawns even, and just hope for the dream, and then even hope for good Greater Rift Guardians too, because that can play in. If you get one with ads and they kind of go all over the place, then they take some of your barrels in directions that you don't want them to go. Sometimes ads can help though, especially for like Hamlin. If you have tons of area damage, then you're getting a lot of hits on the Greater Rift Guardians. So you just like those ads that stick close to the Guardian. But sometimes you just don't get the luck of the draw. So I did try 85. Like I said, I had the Dream Rift though. I had the Goatmen and the Unburied in a one level of kind of those vault areas before you go and fight Zoltan Cool. And it was so good. Like, I had tons of elite density, good pylons. I actually don't think I got a conduit, which is huge in the upper GRs. Really kills a ton, gives you a lot of progression. But in any case, I did spawn Perendi with like 5 to 6 minutes to go, so I thought it was going to be great. Like, the whole time I was like, oh, I'm clearing this, I'm clearing this. And we got down to 1 minute left, and he got down to 25% health, and like when they get down to that like that last bit of health, they go absolutely bonkers. So any of his like overhead hits was just one-shotting me, and I was keeping with my rotation on the conventional elements. I got hit, so I procced instantly, and then I thought it was going to be okay. I was kind of on my horse, and then I kind of panicked and horsed in the wrong direction and went right into his next overhead hit, and it just killed me. So that was the end of that. That happened yesterday, actually. So I mean, it was kind of nice to be pushing, not have the death come from a disconnect or anything like that. I didn't have any trouble with disconnects, lag, anything like that this past season. So that was a really positive note. And I would have liked the 85 because it would have gotten me somewhere in the top 20. This results now in a rank 34, so what, call it like top 35 or something, which is fine. My goal actually overall was to do GR 80, and surpass that. I was mostly thinking that I would stick with Invokers the whole season, but then Bombardment was. I resisted it for a long time, but it actually did end up being kind of fun gameplay. So I will give you that, especially in the lower difficulties, just being able to kill stuff with the horse, such a mobile build. So that was really cool. Let's see, what else I want to talk about. I want to talk about conquests. We got a ton of the conquests done, which was great. That is really one of the things that I like to focus on with all the different seasons. So that's going to be, spoilers for season 6, but that's one of my main goals for season 6 is to just, continue to hammer out those conquests as fast as possible. I think I recall, I know I gave you guys like the mid-season update in one of my videos a while back. I think I recall that I got like 5th overall in the Americas for getting all 5 conquests done first. The conquests in the next season look pretty good. They mostly look group oriented because there's the cursed chest one where you have to kill I think 350 enemies in one cursed chest event. That's going to be better in a group. Definitely doable solo though. In Torment 10 difficulty, I think there's another one that level gems to 65, which is that's not hard to do at all. I think you have to level 3 of them. What else is there? A Torment 10 Rift in less than 2 minutes again. I think that one's coming back. So that's another group one. You can actually do that solo now too with the crazy power creep that we have. But it's going to be a lot easier to do solo, or to do in a group, sorry about that. And 2 other ones. Kill all the bosses at the start. So you have to like start up a Torment 10 game, and then from the start of that game, you have 20 minutes to kill all the bosses. That one shouldn't be too tough either. That actually is soloable on the builds that are really fast, but that'll also be another one that you can do in a group too. And then I think the last one is a Greater Rift 75 solo. I think that might be right. So that might be the only one that actually is solo. But those are the conquests for Season 6. I will definitely be grouping early on with people, try and get as many of those done as possible, as quickly as possible. I have some cheat notes here that I want to make sure I hit all my points. The seasonal journey, we finished that up as well too. Finished that very early. Oh, you can't show a seasonal journey when there's no season active, so there's that. But we did get Guardian this past season. Was not too difficult, especially with starting with the Thorns Crusader. They were one of the first classes to be able to climb up pretty high just because of all the latent damage reduction that you have in there. So as a hardcore player, you don't have to feel too scared about going up to your GR70s. It's just a lot of power in Thorns in general. And that's not changing for Season 6. But spoilers, maybe I am changing for Season 6, so we'll see. I'll keep talking about that stuff. As far as the set dungeons, I did manage to do all of those. So some of the last videos you guys probably saw, I was doing set dungeons here and there, putting up like the DH ones, the barb ones, etc. Eventually, I just decided to do them all. I kind of took a break in the middle of this season, so I would say about the majority of March, I was running a lot actually, which was great, but I wasn't really doing a lot with Diablo. So I kind of tried to find ways to get myself more interested in the game still, and then I went and just did the set dungeons for the Monk, the Witch Doctor, and the Wizard that I hadn't done yet, and the Barb Wrath of the Waste, which I hadn't done yet as well. Those are all non-seasonal that I did them on. And I found honestly that a lot of the set dungeons weren't that bad. It seems like each class definitely has one that's just awful. Uliana's for Monk, Jade for Witch Doctors. There's just Unhallowed Essence for Demon Hunters, Wrath of the Waste for Barbs, etc. So there's just one for each that's kind of a grind, kind of one that you really have to bash your head against the wall. They are making some changes to them in 2.4.1. And I do think, by the way, that 2.4.1 is probably going to be coming around the 26th. I don't think it'll be this coming Tuesday, but I think it'll be the Tuesday after that in the week right before the season's supposed to start on Friday, April 29th, which is something I meant to mention. Yeah, the next season, season 6, is going to start April 29th, so 2 weeks from today at 8 p.m. My time, which is Eastern time, so 5 p.m. Pacific, and then adjust for your time zone. We will be hitting that super hard. You know I love the start of the season, so I'm totally going to be there. Hopefully put a good group together. I want to marathon it this time around. I feel much healthier. I haven't been sick in a while, knock on keyboard. So we'll see if I will be able to put together another big marathon like stream and stuff for you guys. Hopefully I will be able to do that this time around. Um, but that's pretty much it. Paragon, what did I get to? I think I got to like Paragon 1175. It was just nuts, like even doing a lot of it solo, being in those higher greater rifts and being able to run them as expediently as you can as a lawn bombardment crusader, meant like it never felt like the Paragon slowed down. So if I would have stuck with it all season, probably could have gotten up to like 1400, maybe 1500, but that would have definitely required some grouping. But it was just crazy. It's crazy, and I think that experience situation will slow down in season 6, but it will still be part of season 6. So, for those of you really looking to push the Greater Rift leaderboards, you're gonna have to do more of that, 4-man meta, which is looking like it's going to be 3 supports and a DPS again, unfortunately, and you will have to grind the whole season long. So. 3 month season, as promised, felt pretty solid. There definitely were some times where I felt like I had to kind of take a break and hit the lull a little bit just because, I don't know, if I was pushing with a dedicated group the whole time and things like that, I probably would have stayed a bit more motivated, but I don't know. There's definitely a moment where you kind of get geared out. You're not really finding that much that's going to be changing for you. And then that's when I ended up playing like Demon Hunter and switching my class up a little bit. And even then, like, I don't know, gear just comes really quickly in this game. And then you're really looking for those like 1% upgrades, those couple of level of augment enchants that you're going to be putting on your gear and things like that. So it does slow down. So I don't know. I recommend at least playing a couple of different classes per season. What else did I want to talk about? Bot ban waves. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but they banned bots and they banned them frequently and often at the end of the season here. So it was about 2 weeks out that we started to see tons of bans for the bots, and it was awesome. It made the leaderboards actually like start to look sparse because they were just removing people left and right. And they did, I want to say, at least 5 waves total. And who knows if they'll keep doing them too to kind of retroactively make the boards look good and proper. But it was great. I felt like it really galvanized the Diablo population right at the end of the season, which was huge because it brought a lot of people who maybe didn't want to, push and felt like it was kind of hopeless to compete against all these people that botted crazy advantages. to come back and actually be interested in the end of the season, be interested to play the leaderboards and the greater rifts and all that. So I think what it's really doing is sparking a lot of optimism for season six. I think a lot of people are going to come back and legitimately play. Maybe even people that got banned, maybe they'll buy new accounts or whatever and actually play legitimately. It should make for a really healthy community and experience in season six. So we should actually have some fair and fierce competition, which is kind of exciting. As far as my plans next for the kind of in between time, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break. I actually just got a book, which is over there, so I guess I won't grab it to show you guys, but it's called Ready Player One, I think, which is a book that a lot of people have recommended to me. It's supposed to be really cool if you, especially if you're a gamer. So I'm going to be reading that. There are a couple of achievements here actually that I want to get done. You can see I have a couple of class achievements left and then some cooperative ones, and I can actually get maybe 100% and some challenges too. So that would be cool. A lot of them are for the classes, especially, are just like finish Act 4 and 5 as a wizard, witch doctor, etc. So I'm going to be working on those. Take a little bit of a break from the game though, kind of just get the energy back up and then get ready for season 6 to start. When the patch drops, I do want to farm up some of the cosmetics that they're adding in. There's a couple of like wings, like a Whimsyshire portrait frame and things like that. So I want to farm those up before the season starts, just kind of have them. And probably if I don't get all of them, that will be something that I'll use the middle of the season to, when that lull period hits in, just to mix it up, go farm for those for a bit. What else do we have? That's pretty much it. Honestly, when season 6 starts, again, like I said, I'll be hitting it pretty hard. But my plan actually this season, or for season 6, is to not go as hard as I usually do for the majority of it. And what I mean by that is I understand that like I would need a dedicated group for the entire 3 months to really like push and get to that upper echelon, which is where I would like to be. But like realistically speaking and thinking, I know that I just don't have like that group of people around me. I would be awesome to have them and to find them and to find players that want to play that way. But I think for the most part, you have to be in like the clans for that if you really want that support grouping. So that being said, I think this season I'm actually going to just try and do it a little more casually, to use that word, and make it more of a community experience. And by that I mean I want to be in the BlizzPro Discord a lot more, playing with you guys, hanging out with you guys. I want to make just more group games, even if it means like I'm going to drop my character down GRs or torment levels or whatever. I just kind of want to help the community out in this next season. So definitely going to be trying to push that angle a little bit more and hopefully it should make for a fun experience, something a little different this time around. And if the bug hits and I still want to, compete, I might try to do it. Maybe more of it will just be solo play or whatever, but should be fun. So I look forward to season 6. Season 5 was great. It felt like a really good season. There's not too many things changing for season 6 in terms of like patch content and stuff, but like I mentioned, just because of like the banned bot waves and the rejuvenized uh, feeling for the whole community, I think it should be a really good season. So I'll see you guys on the other side and take care of yourselves. Peace out.